Squat, pails, and rails. We're gonna keep this as simple as we can. We're gonna get everybody in the deepest squat that they can actively, right? So they're not just collapsed. They'll grab their toes. I really like the insides of my shoes. What we're gonna try to do is drive up and out of that squat. That's our PAILs contraction. It's basically an isometric squat. So my arms are blocking that. I'm trying to drive up and out. Over the course of about 10 or 20 seconds, we are just gonna max out. Think about the heaviest bar in your back. You can't get out of the hole. Our arms are doing that job. The end of that 10, 20 seconds, we're reversing that. So now I'm pulling myself deeper into the squat. I'm not just breaking or falling to the bottom, pulling myself deeper for about 10 seconds. It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of work in the hole. We can reset after our rep. And I do another one here. So I braced up. I'm trying to bust out of the hole as much as I can. I'm really building up a lot of tension here. 3, 2, 1, pull my arms, and I'm pulling myself deeper. My knees go into my armpits, my shins come to my toes, trying to get more hip flexion, more ankle dorsiflexion, more knee flexion. I also like this example of the ball. I put a ball kind of in my hip, my chest, my thigh, wherever it needs to be. I go and do my rep. I'm just doing a quick example of one here. And then as I go down, I'm trying to squeeze that ball with my thigh against me, right? So I'm pulling myself down. I can't emphasize that enough. Some of the people's squats, obviously they can't get down very far, might look like this, right? And that's okay. So they're still trying to pull up and out, and then they'll get a little bit of room to get down until they can actually get into like a nice full squat. Now, my ankles are terrible. If you already have all the hip flexion you want, you can kind of put your feet together and bias your ankles more, right? So I can load my knees onto my ankles like this and just use like the balls of my feet to push away. Do the same thing, 10, 20 seconds pushing off, and then 10 seconds maybe trying to pull like your shins to your toes and your toes to your shins. So you can bias this in different ways depending on what you have or don't have. We're following this terrible work up with an eccentric squat. Now it says a band on the programming, but you don't have to use a band. I'm using a bag here, which is probably a better option. And I'm trying to slowly, once again, pull myself down into that hole, into that very, very last place that we got to with our pails and rails, and trying to just work in that. So it's 10 reps, I believe, but pulling myself down. Don't short yourself. If you need to use no weight, a little bit of weight is all good. Really trying to get into that hole and work out of it in a clean, smooth manner.